13 years ago, America's Got Talent featured the vocalist Karen Lowe, who unfortunately didn't win, but still created an impression. We decided to catch up with Karen Lowe and see what she's been doing since AGT.
I mean, that was what, 13 years ago. I had a lot of fun. I actually never done a live taping show before, so that was something different. It was a great experience. I got to meet, some cool people like Sharon Osbourne, Jerry Springer, in the Jerry Springer show. He was the host, and then David Hasselhoff, and then the other judge, I forgot his name, but he was a British guy. He was one of the main judge on America's Got Talent. Um, the taping was like four days. Um, it was pretty interesting. It was something. It was different. It's not the same as being in the studio recording. It's like it takes a lot of patience to do a live taping show. It's a lot of taping, a lot of pause, a lot of waiting. So it was cool.
Yep, that's what I hear. All the actors say, you do your scene for 2 minutes and then they have to set up
Sit down,
the
wait.
cameras.
Yeah,
Right.
sometimes you wait like 40 minutes and then you go back and do another taping. I was like, what? Some people, if they're not have patience, they're like, why are we waiting for 40 minutes? Because they got things they have to prepare.
Mhm.
Setting up the two what do you call it, the props on stage, because every different act have different they're doing different, like magic or gymnastic or whatever they're doing.
Right.
Yeah.
So what have you been doing musically since then?
I've worked with a couple of producers, and then when I actually one of my before I got signed to BMG, actually now it's Sony, because Sony took over BMG on distribution part. Before I signed to BMG, I was working with another producer, and we submitted the album to the Grammys, 2017 Grammys. So I got to go to the Grammys, even though of course my album didn't get nominated, but I got accepted. So I went, and that was a very cool experience too. And I still have in my living room, I have what do you call that? Kind of like I don't know what you call it, but I can show you. I'm in my
Cool.
house. I'll show you. I'm gonna turn
Yeah.
the camera.
Oh,
You see it?
cool. Yes.
See it?
So it's one of those wall plaques
Yeah.
for the Grammys.
Yeah, so I got that,
Neat.
and then that was pretty, like, it's a good memory.
Mm.
Yeah.
Excellent, because you actually got to see the Grammys live and in person, unlike the last Grammys where they had to keep everyone far apart.
Yep. We were at the Staples Center. It was a huge stage. I won't say much about the performances, because I'll keep my comments to myself.
It's one of those things, if you don't have anything nice to say, especially in the music industry.
Don't say it. So I'm not gonna say anything, but the whole experience, it was really fun.
That's great. So we understand that you have some new recordings for people to check out.
Yeah, in fact, just released. I released when I got signed to BMG. I released a single with Freedom William from CNC Music Factory. He's one of the main guys, and then and the song is called "Gonna Make You Sweat," but it's a remix. So we did 1, 2, 3, like 4 different mixes. It was released and played in like different country. I don't think it was played in Cali, but it was played in Florida, and they played it in Australia, in Europe too. I do not know exactly which one, but it was very popular in Europe. Because I think he is more popular in that,
Right.
world now. Because in United States, he's back in the 90s. A lot of people don't remember him.
Yeah, a lot. And nowadays everything is so global.
Yeah. So that was fun. And then after that, I released my first single with BMG Sony. It's called Give It to You, Baby.
Mhm.
And you can find that on Spotify, iTunes, um, Apple Music. And I do have a music video on YouTube as well. And that was released 2018 September.
Mm.
Was it September? Yeah, I think it was. No, it was February. I'm sorry, it was February. And then after that, I released another single that same year in 2018. Then recently, I released last year I released a single called Crazy.
Mhm.
2020, it was in August, and
So this
even
is kind of
also,
a pandemic single, huh?
yeah, it was a feeling like crazy. The world was going crazy. Yeah, I mean the lyrics are pretty much I was describing what's going on in the world.
And these are songs you wrote?
Yeah, and then yeah, I co-wrote them with my producer, the
Mm,
lyrics and the melodies. Track-wise, he did it.
got it.
I'm more of a lyricist than
Mhm.
um what do you call it a instrumentalist.
So do you have another single coming up?
Actually, I just released one in on February 14th. It was on Valentine's Day. It's called Fantasies. So it's kind of like a love song, kind of like a woman fantasizing this man that she wants to be with, and I mean she actually is with him, but she fantasizes every time she sees him, she thinks of him. It makes her like, shiver. And I'm sure a lot of female could relate to that song, so, even guys too.
Is this something that's based on personal experience?
Yeah. Of course. I always write songs according to my personal experience or my personal like lifetime experience, like what I have been through or things I've experienced, things I've gone through. I think
Mm.
that's it's more real when you do it that way.
Yeah, of course. Whenever people draw from personal experience, you get the more of the raw emotion. So are you still fantasizing about the dream guy, or do you have the dream guy?
I oh he's actually he's laying in the he's we went exercise together. He laying in the bed kind of napping. He's tired. We're both tired. We played tennis for an hour and then we went swimming for like 30 minutes. The water was freezing. It was cold.
Mm,
I mean,
yeah.
I'm at my apartment.
So what's ahead for Karen Lowe?
What's ahead? I'm just looking forward to go on tour. I'm just waiting for this, this pandemic thing, just pass us by. This is like taking forever.
That's funny because every musician I talk to pretty much says the same thing. I want to go back and tour and play
On
live.
stage. I
Yeah.
want to go on stage, and it's been so hard because I was getting, I actually made in at the end of 2019, before everything took place, this coronavirus thing. I made a demo, singing live. I rented a studio and I was singing live on a mic, and that video was made to show to booking agency,
Mm,
for local colleges. They like to book new recording artists who are, signed to a label. Um, and then that whole thing just got shattered because of the coronavirus hit us like, like late January in 2020, right? I was
right.
like, oh man, really? So right now we're still waiting. It's been what, a year and 3 months now. We're still waiting and waiting and just want this to hurry up and pass us by. Like,
That is vocalist Karen Lowe, the former AGT finalist who has new songs out on all streaming platforms, and we'll post the links at the bottom of this article. For ASAM News, I'm Mimi Chen.